Uh, Good afternoon, YouTube. It's me, All George Page, aka the Emperor of Female Body Talk, coming to you live on YouTube. As you know, this is Muscle Talk episode number 41, and the subject today is about the Omaha Pro. As you know, the Omaha Pro was this past Saturday, and it was one of the not as one of the bigger shows, but more of the, I would say, more of the more popular side shows. It's like you go to Omaha to Puerto Rico, and also I would say uh, I think the North Fork. Those shows are they're not the biggest point shows, but they're great shows for people who want an opportunity to climb up in the division. And the thing also, these two shows like the North Fork and the in Omaha, there's there's more focus on female bodybuilding, not too many divisions as it is with the other shows. We see these other shows, you will have like at least six divisions. You're going to have well, it's definitely bikini. Uh, you have figure, fitness. You have physique. Wellness is now becoming a big thing, and you have bodybuilding. And and with the Omaha, the three women shows was really bodybuilding, physique, and bikini. But probably, I bet you next year the Omaha are probably going to push in the women's wellness. Because if it gets really popular enough. Anyway, I'm waiting on my bro Jared. I know I sent him a link. He'll come in his time is ready. But anyway, what's to talk about the ladies that won the show now? In the women's bodybuilding division, which we're truly going to talk about, the top five ladies for that show was Michaela Aycock, Jessica Martin, Hoda Lopez, Keisha Oliver, and Adon McDade. And those are the five ladies that won that show. And the question is, some people, like I said, I talked about it. Some people feel that Michaela it didn't deserve to win that show. That's the debate. Michaela, she made her debut as a bodybuilder back in 2018, I believe, 2019. I think 2018 and 2019, and she competed at the Tampa Bay Pro. And in my opinion is that she is kind of small, but there's been quite a few shorter bodybuilders in the sport for many years. But the thing with her physique is it has a certain look to it. She kind of reminds me, especially up around the lats. I did a comparison video with her and Dr. Dina Westerfield, and that's who she kind of reminds me of. Dina Westerfield. Dina Westerfield was, a great bodybuilder. She competed good part for at least up till 2012, and often the question is like, I would love to get Dina on the show, and the question is like, she could have switched over to women's um, physique when it started, but Dina retired before physique really started to get a rolling. Now, there's some people that say that believe that they thought Jessica Martin's going to win. I feel like I followed Jessica Martin on Facebook. She was training, she was getting in shape. And the thing about her past was that Jessica was a bit overweight. And she has a son, and I think she's one thing she got overweight from being a mother and life gets to you. And she got supported bodybuilding originally just to get in better shape. And she was out just as long, maybe not just as long as Michaela, maybe just about. And some say she felt like she could have placed if there was one issue was like I was like doing a lot of back and forth on doing the show, just catching pictures, jumping on social media because they didn't have a stream for the Omaha Pro, and that was a big disappointment. No streaming. I mean, come on. But I think what I was like, I talked with some of the ladies here and there that the big problem is that some production companies like you compare to like Tim Gardner. Even though Tim Gardner did do the Puerto Rico Pro, he didn't stream it. And I think that probably may have been issues with they had in the Bahamas. That could have been it. I don't know. That's talk conversation. But the question is, you know, what did Jessica lack? I think some people said that she had issues with her back. There goes Jared right now, and he's coming in. Yeah.
Hey,
Hey,
hey, George.
hey, how you doing? Hey, this one of my buddies from my number one grinder. She comes on. Sheila, the quiet storm. Thanks, Sheila, for coming by. Hello, Joker, in the chat. Yeah, hello, Sheila. Thank you for coming by. I really appreciate your support. I love it when I get people from when I do other chats to come over and support me. I really appreciate that. Now, now, Jared, as I just started, we were talking about the Omaha Pro, and there's some people that feel that that maybe like as Michaela Aycock won the show, but those some people feel like that she didn't deserve to win.
That Michelle, that she didn't deserve to win.
Yeah,
Why is
Michaela. Yeah.
that?
Well, I think some people feel like she's a little small. I think it's mostly fanboys more or less. She had great condition, but yeah, she
Yeah,
still needs to work on a few things here and there. Like especially you're gonna go to Olympia, you gotta go up against Andrea Shaw, Marjorie Martin, Helen Trevino, some of the bigger women, some of the more established women. She has to really prepare for that. But I think a lot of things it's like a lot of the really guys who really follow the sport feel like she is a little too small. She's a little bit small for the division. So I just want to know what's your opinion of that.
well, that's interesting because in terms of women, I had my own prediction of who was going to be where, the top six for this competition, and actually Michelle Aycock, she was first for me. Um, so basically, let me give you my predictions for the top six before Sunday, and then the results. So I got Michelle Aycock first. I got LaDawn McDay second. Jessica Martin third. Angela Rayburn fourth. Uh, Victoria Dominguez fifth, and Tina Williams sixth.
Mm.
So, and the actual results was Michelle Aycock first, Jessica Martin second, Hulda Lopez third, Keisha Oliver fourth, LaDawn McDay fifth, and Angela Rayburn sixth. And
Yeah.
I based that off the most recent picture I could find of them fully exposing their body. So I could see everything from their legs to their arms. Um, their um, their bodybuilding score, so their overall IFBB pro bodybuilding history, and just based on how long they've been in the sport.
Hmm.
So I'd like you to know what you think of my predictions was, because I mean, in terms of Michelle Aycock, I mean, I got it pretty much dead on there. Jessica Martin, I was only off by one for her. Julia Lopez, I didn't have her on the list, but I was thinking of having her. Keisha Oliver, I was thinking of having her. Um, I kind of was like debating between her and Victoria Dominguez. They were kind of like the same. Dawn McDay, I was off by three for her. And Angela Rayburn, I was off two for her.
Hmm.
So,
Well, I think I had mine like I was thinking. I feel like Jessica Martin was going to take first. Michaela Aycock, I feel like she could take Second, uh, I was thinking. Mm, uh, I was gonna say Victoria Dominguez was gonna take third. Hodo Lopez would take fourth. No, no, I was thinking Madonna Davis would take third. Uh, you know, Hodo Lopez would take fourth, and Victoria Dominguez would take fifth. So I was really kind of off on that one. And I think the bottom out. I mean six. I felt like Tina Williams was gonna make sixth place, if not it's fifth place. I think it was gonna be a fight between her and maybe Angela Rayburn.
Yeah, it's um didn't quite turn out well, at least for the top five for me. Kind of was like a shuffle. I mean, I was pretty much dead on about who was going to win. I just based it off Michelle Aycock's conditioning that I saw of her. She did look a little bit small, but I based it off, conditioning, and
Hmm.
I'm going through the results here. I mean, all you have to do is look at her glute comparisons between them, and Michelle Aycock. She's pretty much absolutely just dominating the rest of the girls. I mean, um, if you go to contest.npcnewsonline.com and go to IFBB Omaha Pro, and then go to women's bodybuilding comparisons for the women bodybuilders, and you just look at their glutes. She's just absolutely dominating the rest of the competition
Yeah.
in terms of that.
Yeah. I think like she was a little more tighter. Also, I think she had a better upper body. I think her lats are just crazy. If you ever see Michaela Aycock, her lats are just. She has like like she's like you ever see a cobra when he picks up his
Yeah.
head and he flares it.
Yeah.
That's how she's like from the back. From the she and with what I know I was listening to a lot of ladies were talking about that. One thing with Jessica Martin was that she had a little bit extra water on her, and if she could have pushed that little extra water off, maybe dry up a little bit some, she probably would have took first place. That was the issue with her. And then with the other ladies, I think I think Victoria Dominguez, who took seventh place, I think she needs a little more work. I mean, she's been out for a good while, but I think she needs to maybe come a little more solid. And Ladonna Day is the same. Ladon, I think with her, she can really never pack on the right amount of muscle. With her, I mean, she started out originally. I think she started originally as physique, and she switched to
Yeah.
bodybuilding. But
A lot of the women I looked up actually were former physique. It's like a significant amount of the women who competed. It's pretty much like almost all of them.
yeah, I think with the exception of that, Christina Victoria Knitsky from Russia, I think she's straight pure bodybuilder. I think out of the
Yeah.
group, she
Yeah,
was
she
yeah.
yeah she was a latent up and comer who came in on the list. I think she's got a lot of potential in her. Yes, she is straight up bodybuilding, to say the least, and I think she needs some work to really what's the word, bloom. But yeah, I think I wasn't expecting her to win, but I was expecting her to come on the scene, if you will.
Yeah. And I think one person, like I said, that kind of, I think some people thought would probably did a little better was Andrea Sawyer. As you know, Andrea, last year she made her pro debut. She made top five at the Savannah Pro. I forgot where she placed at the Chicago. and she did pretty good. This show she didn't do as good as she should have. I think with her, she has to get more a little more size. I mean, she works out with Hella Trevino, and you work at Hella Trevino. That's hey,
Yeah.
you know. And one person that I felt that I was rooting for real hard to make a top five, and that was a dear friend of mine. I consider a dear friend of mine was Tina S. Williams, and I was hoping she'd make it, but then she got 10th place. No, actually ninth place, and she's going to shoot for the Tampa Bay because she didn't do it last year. Because remember, I did an interview with her. She said she missed Tampa Bay. She felt like she should have did Tampa Bay, but she missed making Olympia last year by a point, and she felt like she did Tampa Bay last year. That probably would have got her to the Olympia because last year it was only like seven competitors that show. Madonna Madej won that show, got her chance at the Olympia, and I think I remember Nina Costa took third, and another poor lady I consider a dear friend on Facebook, that's Maria Flores took third. And she if she had worked that if she hit that show, I think she probably would have pushed Janine out of second spot. I think she could have took second place, and that probably would have given her points to do the Olympia.
Yeah. Yeah. I completely agree. And to go back to Tina, yeah, I had her in my prediction at sixth place. Again, I was basing it off the most recent picture I could find of them, and I was doing some digging. Trust me, of all these ladies prior, and she was definitely sixth. So I'm not sure what exactly happened there. Because there may be like a bit of a difference between their picture I saw and competition stage. It's a bit of a mystery there.
Yeah, I think a lot of the ladies, some of the ladies post a lot of stuff on social media. I know Keisha Oliver, who who's also trained by Teresa and Bosick. I was surprised she got fourth place. I was truly was. This is her IFBB debut as a pro, and she got fourth place, and she beat out people like Victoria Dominguez and Tina Williams and Madonna Day. I mean, she did pretty good. I mean, I don't know what show she's gonna be doing. She might do the Norfolk. I know Hoda Lopez because she was on IG this morning. She said she's gonna do the Norfolk. She said she wouldn't mind doing the Tampa, but her daughter's birthday. She has a daughter who lives back in Honduras. She has two children, a boy and a girl. They live back in Honduras. Her daughter's birthday is on the 23rd. She's going to 9 years old. So happy birthday to the little sweetheart. I don't know her name, but you know, and she didn't want to miss her daughter's birthday. She would do if she could. She would do the Tampa because Tampa and Chicago are the shows where you get bigger, more points. Is those are. And she said she realized that she didn't realize about the points thing. You do more points, you do more shows, you get points.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't think the physique division don't do a point system like over there because I have to be controlled like they do over there in bodybuilder because that's under the strength. And I told her that she said she put an application for the Rising Phoenix and she'll put it next year, and she said she put an application for become uh, a Rising Phoenix. I mean, a Weakness Strength ambassador. The weird thing is, she said that you have to be competing, but I'm gonna tell her, you don't have to compete because there's like 4 or 5 women right now on the ambassador program who have who just got their pro cards and now they're ambassadors. And most definitely a couple of them has switched from women's bodybuilding to physique. The issue is that the Wings of Strength have a particular type of person they want to put in. and they go with that type of person. They go with the usual suspects like Nikki Shark Trends, Hel Trevino, a couple others. But just you put your application again. Cross your fingers. Let them, maybe hope they pick you up, and also put your applications for the invitational and hope they pick you up. Because I know I talked to some ladies. They applied for invitational for the Rise of Phoenix, but they're I don't know. They're not even though Regis Strength is supposed to be inclusive for all female bodybuilders, but they are trying. It's more like it's a pick and choose. Who's more popular? Who is like this? Because I talked to some ladies and feel like they don't get the opportunity that they should. But even though this is an invitational show now, since female bodybuilder is not going to be Olympia, the Rise of Phoenix is invitational. So you should like anybody who wants to come to the show should come.
Yeah,
You might want to
definitely.
put a limit, maybe like let's say 25 women. They stop at 21. I would say 25. You don't want 30, that's cool. 25 is good. They have more bodies, more leg lectures, make sure a little longer. Uh, just be fair to everybody. Just don't pick and choose the favorites. Be fair to everybody.
No, I agree 100% on that.
Yeah.
I'm
So
just doing
anyway,
some
yeah.
I'm
Go
just
ahead.
doing some calculations here of the
Hmm.
point system. So I'm just adding up the scores from this this competition, and I just want to make sure I don't get it all wrong.
Yeah. Anyway, I'd like to thank Sheila the Quiet Storm. We love the name Quiet Storm because that's one of my favorite MMA fighters, and the Marcos the Quiet Storm. Share this video, like, subscribe. My man Jared, he's also on social media. Follow him too. Um, the thing is that women's bodybuilding needs a lot of attention. Just the sport of bodybuilding needs attention in general, but the women need a little more because they don't get as much the money or the attention compared to the men. Now, while Jared's doing the calculations, I'm also going to talk about something else, and that is the women's physique division. Now, there was, like I said, three competitions. And that's women's physique and women's bodybuilding and bikini. But I'm not talking about bikini because it's not really bodybuilding per se. It's just something that the IFBB put in because the fact is they need something to get more get more seats, to get more butts in the seats. But anyway, the winner of that show was Christina Zamazowski. If I got the name wrong, I am so sorry. Now, she competed at the Puerto Rico Pro, where she took second place at that show. Then come in here and she, uh, came in and she took this show. And that's pretty good. You go one show, you come here, take another. And now she's on her way to the Olympia. Now, also another name is Amanda Machado. Now, Amanda Machado is a physique competitor. She's competed for quite some time. I think she didn't compete last year, but she's also this is Amanda. Amanda is a protege of one Miss Alina Popak. Now, if you know Alina, whenever somebody works with Alina, because Tina Williams also she works with Alina. Because I remember she said in the interview, Alina was working with her, and that was two of Alina's clients that was in this show, and she took second place. Now, third place went to let me see. I'm gonna look it up real quick because like I said, I don't know a lot of the women in the physique division. It's like I said, not a lot of familiar names. Some ladies I recognize here and there. Uh, Third place went to let's see, Kimberly Rick. She's from Kansas, Lewisburg. I think she. Let me see. I think she's from. Let me see. Where's Tina from? Tina is from Lawrence. Oh, so they're both from Kansas, but probably from miles apart from each other. So, and also, who took fourth place at that show was Winsome White from Brooklyn, New York. From Brooklyn, and she did pretty good. I mean, for her, and notable is Christina Bryant. She took fifth place. Now, Christina took third at the Chicago Pro division, and that was the same show where Olivia Bay Young, she took first. You know anything about Olivia Bay Young? She's from mainland China, and there was that issue was around last year where she competed at the Arnold Schwarzenegger Classic, and she got disqualified. Where they was using some bull crap saying that she didn't come in time before the virus. But his story was she was already here before the virus, and if you calculate it, she was here before the virus started. So they just did it over some bull crap. So what it was, I think she come in great condition and she was able to compete in Olympia, but I think they gave her that opportunity to win Chicago because they owe her that. Because they just screwed our opportunity at the Arnold. And but that's about it. I'm not gonna focus too much. Like I said, a lot of competitors I don't know. Other than there's Winnie Sanchez, who competed at the New York Pro as a bodybuilder. She switched back to physique, and Wendy didn't do too good. Wendy got 12th place. So that tells you something. If you switch, you took 5th place at the New York Pro, then you take 12th place in physique at Omaha. I think you might want to stick with bodybuilding. Hello?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and I think a lot of the ladies that win some of these physique competitions are going to go on to be bodybuilders, just based off what I've seen from the bodybuilders who attended the Omaha Pro. Most of them were physique competitors too.
Mm-hmm.
Except I believe
Victoria
Angela Rayburn. Victoria and Angela Rayburn too. She's actually been competing for a while now.
Yeah,
because there's two names. There's two names that keep coming up in bodybuilding circle. I mean, every time I look up a competition, and it is Ladon McDay and Angela Rayburn. Yeah. And I had them both in the top 6. Because the top 6 is where you get the qualification, and then you got the tier point system. Mm-hmm. So, do you want like an update on who's qualified for the Miss Olympia now?
Yeah. You go ahead and update it for people that need to know, and also I need to know too.
Well, you can go on MrOlympia.com and then go to qualifier list, and then hit the Miss Olympia tab. It'll take you to the 2021 qualified Miss Olympia. It hasn't been fully updated yet for the Omaha Pro, so I just updated it in my own little list itself. So what we got for qualified for the 2021 Miss Olympia, the first person is Virginia Sanchez, because she won the trying to remember now.
She won the Romanian Rosa Fest, because that's the last show. Yeah, that's the last bodybuilding show for the season. Last show for the season, even though that was in November. So technically,
So technically, that was the beginning of the 2021 qualification. Was the Romanian Muscle Fest. Okay, so that's where the line technically begins. So we crossed that, and then we got the winner, the top 5 of the Miss Olympia who qualify. So, do you want to get the phone?
Oh, give me a second. Give me a second. You keep on talking. Give me a second, folks. Let me just put it on mute. So whatever it is, you keep on talking and just do the rest.
Okay. We got Andrea Shaw, Margie Martin, Hilla Trevina, Mayla Ash, and Irene Anderson. So those were the top 5 for the Miss Olympia. They qualify for the next Miss Olympia. We got Ladine. She won the New York Pro, which happened in Florida. And then we got Natty Capostosto.
Just say Natty.
Okay,
Yeah,
we're
say
going to say
Natty.
that.
Yeah.
The Italian bodybuilder.
Yeah.
She won the Puerto Rico Pro, which was in the Bahamas. And now we got another qualified, Michelle Aycock. She qualified Omaha Pro, which took place actually in Omaha and not somewhere else. So that is the first show that has actually taken place in the place where it said it took place.
Yeah.
Um,
Because I think
okay, so
yeah.
yeah.
Because a lot of shows right now with the still there's some issues with the virus. A lot of places don't want to take chances. Chicago, the Chicago Pro is going to be in Atlanta again this year. You had the Puerto Rico and the Bahamas. The New York Pro was in Tampa. Norfolk's going to be in Virginia this time because last year they had the Norfolk, and Savannah is going to be in Georgia, in Savannah, Georgia. I think you have the Norfolk this weekend. You have the Tampa a couple weeks from now. No, I think it's the Tampa a couple weeks from now, or I forgot which one. And I think no, I think it's the Tampa a couple weeks from now, and it's the Savannah for next month. And then after that, the week after, a couple weeks after that, is the Rising Phoenix because it's an invitational. So it doesn't really. I don't know if it counts per se. But I think it might count as a point show, even though it's invitational. But I think it
I, I,
might
th-
count.
I think it will. I think it
Yeah,
will.
yeah.
Um, but anyway, here is the point system as well. So this is like all the tiers for who is qualified, like the top to be qualified for the Miss Olympia. So uh, uh, let's see, we got Margitina Zamilova.
Margarita.
Um, yeah, Margita Zamilova
Uh-huh.
from the Czech Republic. She's at 11 points. We got Monique Jones at 9. She is tied with LaDawn McDay. So interestingly enough, LaDawn McDay, she got 5th place at this. She got 5th place.
Because
She
she
got
took second. She
5th.
took second in New York, and fifth place this show.
Okay. I just realized that I may have made a bit of a miscalculation with that one.
Uh
But no
oh.
worries, I will fix that really quickly. All right, so let me. Okay, so we got
Okay.
Zamilova at 11.
Uh-huh.
We got Madon McDay at 10 because I thought she was at 6th. Um, so she's at 10, even though she placed at 5th at the Omaha Pro because of the tier system. She's racking up the points. So that's sorry, I'm just doing some
Okay.
minor fixing of some things. Correct.
When you get
I just want to, yeah, I just want to make sure I'm not giving out any.
misinformation, I understand.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I think I got it fixed now. Okay.
All right.
So Zamilova 11, Ladon McDay 10, Monique Jones 9, Ashley Young 8,
Alicia.
Alicia
Yeah, Alicia.
Tamara Makar 7, the British/Hungarian female bodybuilder that I met, and I am actually rooting for her to make it to Miss Olympia. Just biased there. Lika Goyosia, Italy.
Yeah.
Uh,
Mona Garcia. Mona. Yeah, because Mona won the Muscle Fest back in 2019, but because the virus hit, she couldn't compete at the Olympia,
yeah,
and she
yeah,
competed at the Muscle Fest. Uh, back in 20 last year, he was hoping maybe I'll give opportunity to maybe get a shot at the Olympia, but we all know Margie Virginia Sanchez won that show.
yeah.
And also, this is also something. Also, her and Victoria from Russia both earned their pro cards back in 2019 at the same show.
Huh? Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think I remember that now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, um, we got Amin Cheyenne 6. We got Wendy Sanchez 5. We got Heather Grace 5. We got Mona Porshella.
Porcella.
Uh, Porshella.
Porcella.
Fourth, I think that's the Iranian Canadian lady.
Yeah.
Um, Stancy Nunez. Fourth.
Stacy Nunez.
Stacy, jeez,
Yeah,
Stacy
Stacy.
Nunez. I'm really bad with names. Really bad. Just I'm not doing it on purpose. I'm just
That's all right. That's all right. Just say, excuse me,
just
Dave. I don't mean to chop up your name. Just just get them straight.
Jessica Martin, fourth. Anastasia Korablevia, third. Russian. Uh, Sunsana Jacobs, third. We got Hulda Lopez, third. We got Keisha Oliver, second. And we got Angela Rayburn, 1. So those are the tiers of all the ladies for the Miss Olympia placement. And I believe it is the top 5 of them. Could be wrong with that, but it's the top 5 of these ladies who compete at the 2021 Miss Olympia.
Yeah.
Actually, let me check.
Yeah, because the top 5 women who won that show, that was Andrea Shaw, who's the new Miss Olympia. You have Margie V. Martin, who took second. Helen Javino, who took third. Oh God, I'm about to forget her name. I shouldn't forget her name. Ooh, I she's I know her name. It's in the back of my head. I hate this. How can I forget it? I mentioned it before. Uh, fourth is Mila Ash, and fifth is God. Fifth is Irene Anderson. She took because she took I think she took fourth place at the Rising Phoenix, because that show it was Andrea Shaw, Hella Trevino, Monique Jones. Fourth was Alicia Young, and fifth was Irene Anderson in that show. But she was able to take fourth for this show, and Monique Jones took sixth. And I have a debate where at the Rising Phoenix, where they gave Andrea the most muscular, where I just think that I'm gonna be honest with you, Monique Jones deserved that award. I don't know why they shouldn't have gave it. I'd say Andrea has a great physique, but she's not the most muscular physique. Usually the last couple of times it's been Alicia Young. She won at least a couple of times, but this should have went to Monique Jones. Now, Andrea, she was rarely conditioned. She was great shape, but she wasn't the most muscular. That was a BS move done. They did that should have went to Monique Jones.
Yeah, yeah, I definitely agree with you. And well, hopefully we'll see Monique Jones at the Olympia this year. So, and also the Rising Phoenix as well. So
Hmm.
we'll see how that turns out.
One more thing I want to throw in also. Now there was another show called Duel of Champions, and it was a pro am qualifier for it's a pro qualifier, and for we just picked up a new female bodybuilding pro, and that is one Miss Hunter Henderson. Now, what I know about her, she is a power lifter. She does powerlifting, and this was her bodybuilding debut. And out the gate, she earned her first. She earned her pro card. Now, if all you gotta do is if you follow me, you can find that I did a video about it. I've had some pictures on that video about her. She has a great physique. Thing she might need to do is sit out next year. Don't take this year and next year and sit it out. Work on your conditioning. Come in a little tighter. She has the size, but she needs to come in a bit tighter. She has huge quads, huge upper body, but she has to come in a little tighter. She is what I'd say a pure female bodybuilder. I reached out to her IG about doing an interview. I hope she responds. I would love to get an interview. I love to get with somebody who just got their feet wet in the sport. I want to see how they do. I've been do some reach out to some several other ladies. I'm waiting on some them to contact me. Sometime I think I'm about to wait to get some maybe after the season. I might get some around maybe few months down. So I'm hoping I love to get an opportunity to talk to these ladies and get their thoughts and their opinions, how where they're going in the sport, what they want to do. Uh, it's just like this. And like I said, if anybody you knows Hunter Henderson, share this our little podcast. Reach out to her, mention me if you're a friend of hers, relative, whatever, co-worker. I would love to talk to her. I say she has a great physique. She just has to come in a little tighter. And if she, like I said, a coach should tell her, sit out this season, don't do no shows right now. If you jump in the water right now, you're gonna get blasted out. Sit out this year and sit out next year. Come back in 2023.
Yeah,
Yeah, you do
and
2023.
that's
Go ahead.
yeah, that's kind of what I thought. Victoria Kanish, the Russian female bodybuilder, I think she should have also done that too. I just set it out and worked on conditioning.
Hmm. Yeah, I think that's a lot of things. I think a lot of ladies might need. There's a lot of competitors who might need to sit out. Some might not sit out too long because they want to miss out opportunity, but others might need a little more time. And I was talking with another bodybuilder how we talked about how that Keisha Oliver. This is her debut as a pro. She's working with Teresa. With Teresa Invesic. Teresa's going down to women's bodybuilding, to women's physique. She should really help her. If she's going down, she should help her with condition also. That means that dropping down, maybe get a little tighter. If Teresa's getting a little tighter, smaller for women's physique, she should help her client do the same. Now they say that you give the people the information, but it's up to them how they use it. You know.
Yeah.
And to the other ladies, like especially my dear friend Miss Tina Williams. Tina, I told her to keep her head up. I remember she asked me if there was any pictures. I sent it to the NPC online site where they had her pictures and stuff there. She thanked me. I told her this is a war. It's just one of the. It's just one battle in the war. You got to keep on going. She said she's going to focus on Tampa, and I hope the Tampa be a better show for her. I think if there's not too many bodies for the Tampa, she can probably make the top three, maybe top five.
Definitely. Definitely, yeah. It definitely depends on like how many are competing. You just need to get to a certain spot, and then you're pretty much good to go for the Olympia.
Mm-hmm.
But there are a lot of women that are competing, and there's a lot of women that are racking up the points. And only okay. So I did look it up again. the top three qualify for the points. And if some of them tie for the points, um, that means that they would both go to the Miss Olympia. I mean, they would rate it. They would rate their top 5 competitions, and whoever was the best would win. But if they both tied, then they would both go. So right now, that would be Zamolova, Monique Jones, Alicia Young, and LaDawn McDay, because they both are the top 3. So those are the ones that would. Well, top 4 because the both of them are 8. So the last 2 are 8.
Yeah, because
So
I think
11.
Yeah, because I think 8
11.
points. Yeah, 8 points is enough to get you in there, but I think that's the requirement, right?
Yeah.
So, like I said, these ladies, I mean, there's still some women who usually, I would say, I consider usual suspects, like, Kim Buck. As you know, Kim Buck is a women's strength ambassador this year. She's supposed to be kidding. And there's one show people we forget about is also coming in August is the Toronto Pro, because a lot of the because the borders in Canada is still closed. The Toronto supposed to have their show. I'm not certain if any of the ladies are going to be coming down here to compete, because the thing is they have to do a quarantine. Some of these ladies have to sit in a motel room for about 2 weeks, and that's a part of it. That's expensive, and that costs a lot of money to do that. And
that's got to be a pain.
because if you want to go to Canada and do that show, you have to sit, try to and it's a reverse for also for competitors like Mona Porcella. If she's going to do a show, she especially in here in the States, she did the only show she did in the States was the Rising Phoenix, and she did the Muscle Fest over in Romania, and I think it's some kind of guidelines with Canada and some other countries. Canada is partially British, still under British territory, and that's what. And I think one thing some American competitors will probably love, especially if you're a pure bodybuilding type. That's the show for them. If you're a pure bodybuilder, that's the show for people like Robin Hillis and my good friend Tisha Thomas. He did it, and a couple others who are like pure female bodybuilders. That's a muscle fest. We call it. It's a pure female bodybuilding show. Yes, there have been a couple of women who have physique had to switch and didn't, but I think the majority of women who've done that show, most of them pure bodybuilders.
Yeah, definitely. I 100% agree. And we will we'll hopefully see more non-Americans compete this year. So that will be very good. One final thing I want to really mention, musclememory.com. Like, if you guys don't use musclememory.com, so www.musclememory.com, you have to use it if you're going to be keeping track of these ladies, because it is an archive of all the male-female bodybuilding contests and competitors, and that's where I got a lot of my information on the Omaha Pro competitors. That's how I came up with my list. I based it off their score and their average score, their history, their recent history, where they came in, and it is one of the best sources of information. So I don't know if you use the site, George, but you definitely should as well.
Yeah, I've been to it a few times. And do me a favor, put it in the comment section for anybody who wants to, who's interested in it. Type it in. They want to click onto it. And also, if you can, email the information to me. All the other websites, I'll put them into the description later on when I'm finished with the interview. So anybody who wants to follow a lot of that stuff, like who are very curious, like my friend, thank you, like my friend Sheila E, the Quiet Storm, she can follow if you people who I sent the link for this to a lot of other people who might want to watch it later, who want really who has uh curiosity about the sport of bodybuilding in general. Check it out, learn something about it. I know a lot of people think it's just big muscle stuff, but there's so much to it than what it is, and that's why I try to call attention to it. And especially for the women, because I said it like this: there's 11 million channels dedicated to the men, but there's only so many few dedicated to women. Most of them more fetish stuff, but this is we do more education. Yes, we're gonna do some stuff for the smos because I know that's the fantasy stuff like that. We can't forget them because they're the guys who keep the ladies going. They follow them on social media. Ladies, I think I recently I was talking when I was on when Holder was on uh, she was on IG Live. She mentioned that when she did the show, she has an OnlyFans page. When she did a show, her OnlyFans page picked up. And the thing is, like, when the ladies, like, this is just a saying, and don't take it offense. This guys say like this: when you ladies are rock hard, the guys are rock hard. They get excited when you in competition state. Some guys like you in competition state, some guys like you off season. It's either way or other.
Yeah, yeah, and that's just the truth. I mean, there's nothing.
Yeah.
I don't see anything controversial about that.
No, it's not. It's just what it is because it's just like I said. It's a different form of a woman. Maybe not be the form that you like. Like I'm from the South. All women a little bit full, a little thicker. There's a little petite women, but all women a little full, a little thicker. But this is just a different form of different woman. And these women, they do this. They don't do this for the money. They have to really work on the back end, try to make their money. They do what they got to do because they understand this is and it's more expensive. Instead of this, it's more expensive to be a female bodybuilder to be a man because the guys all they got to do is wear a speedo, and that's about it.
Yeah,
The women have to wear makeup, have their hair fixed, they have to look presentable. They have to wear some have to wear practically jewelry. They have at least two or three. They have at least two posing suits. Their pre-judging suit is something simple, nothing too fancy. But then when it's time for their um the main show suit, that thing costs a grip. Those suits can cost them anything from $700 to over $1,000. And that's why some of these ladies try to make some money. It's hard for them to hold a real job because they have to maybe try to do a show, they have to do this, they have to do that. And that's why some of them do stuff like photo sessions, video sessions, other stuff on the side, because it's a way to make the money enough to pay for their competition. But if like this is one thing they need to do. I know some of the women say they don't care about the prize money, but like this, you should at least get some money out of it. I mean, if the guys can walk away with $10,000 in their pocket, and most of that first place will get $3,000, at least give these ladies $5,000 first place.
yeah,
$5,000, it might be not so much, but maybe just a little enough to help a little, keep them pushing.
yeah, yeah, definitely. I think there definitely should be some subsidization
Yeah,
of these sports, honestly, and other
yeah,
things as well.
yeah. Like I said, it only costs the guys maybe $67 to buy a banana hammock, where, like I said, it costs these ladies a good chunk of change to buy a nice, sparkly little suit. And like I said, I've talked about it before, like the Olympia, Big Ramy, who won the Miss Olympia. I know the men are the stars; they're the big focus, but he got over nearly almost $500,000, where Andrew Shaw took $50,000. Where he, like I said this before, it should give at least $100,000. I know you're gonna give a lot, but he's $100,000 will be worth a while. That'd be something. Probably she has to do stuff on the end, like to do a lot of opposing work. She has to do some stuff here, photo sessions to try to make some money because she has to really try to keep herself in this competition, try to keep herself up. But if now the when the swings are taking over, they should really if they're taking over now of the Olympia, they should really push up the money prize for Mr. Olympia. They should really do that. I know it's better than it was from a few years ago with $25,000, but still, it's not better in comparison to the men.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And,
anyway, I said this weekend is the coming up is the Norfolk Pro. Do they have the the list of ladies out yet?
give me 1 second on that. Should look that up right
Because
now.
I know Holden Lopez confirmed that she's going to be doing that show because she said she couldn't do the New York because she can do the Tampa because she has to spend time with her family. Her daughter is her birthday is the 23rd. Yeah,
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with, getting
yeah,
out, go and enjoy yourself or something like that. I actually went to see Black Widow. I thought the movie was pretty good.
yeah.
First time I've been out to the movies in I think, over 2 years now.
I think the last movie I went to see was Black Panther. That's been about 4 years.
Yikers! That is pretty terrifying.
Yeah, I think
Four
before
years
that,
ago.
yeah, and before that, the last movie I went to see before that was Dark Knight Rises.
Wow, that's even older. See, for
Yeah,
me, I thought Black Panther came out like a year ago. I'm like, wait a minute, it's
yeah,
4 years ago?
just
That
about.
is just, I
And rest in peace to
time
guy
moves
with
by.
Bozeman. Yeah, they were talking about trying to, you can't replace it, but you know what? Here's what you guys like this. You can't, even though they say it was made for him, you got to treat Black Panther like you treat Bond, Superman, and Batman. You can, it's even though, you don't want to, you need to, recirculate. You can find there's some good actors out there that can play that role and make it their own. I grew up with Sean Connery and Roger Moore as Bond. Grew up with Christopher Reeves and Michael Keaton as Batman and Superman. And I grew up with all these other guys. Personally, my favorite, I'm gonna say it like this, and people may not like it, but my favorite Batman out of them is Christian Bale. I love the Nolan version of Batman
Yeah,
because it was within reality where it was created. Not too much of a big fan of Affleck. You know, his version was more closer to the Return of the Dark Knight, version from the comic books. And I'm not a big Affleck fan, but I loved, Christian Bale as Batman.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And as for the 2021 Linda Murray Bodybuilding Norfolk, the competitor list is not out yet. I sent you the link and put it in the chat.
All right.
But Andrea Shaw is going to be a special guest poser for that too.
Ooh,
So,
I saw her do an interview with Isabel Terrell over the weekend, and I think she's just a beautiful woman. She has an
yeah,
amazing body. She just has that look to her. She reminds me of an old school bodybuilder by the name of Andrea Harris White. They have that same jawline. They could be from the same tribe, if not related.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I can't wait for the Norfolk Pro. We'll see, Andrea there. We'll see Linda there. We'll see Lopez there. And it should be fun as well. I think we also saw Linda Murray at this show as well.
Yeah,
We saw
because
her with
yeah, because
all the competitors as well.
her and Elena, they do a little show afterwards. They took a critique of the ladies in the
Yeah.
competitions, and was about 2 or 3 months ago, she had double surgery on both her knees. She had knee replacement surgery, and that was like a little bit right before her 59th birthday. And I can understand we have issues with knees. I have issues with my knees because I got arthritis in both my knees. I'm like, yeah, I need to wear the double knee pads, like knee braces, like Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah.
And this is I'm hoping that, as you know, the the Omaha was not streaming. What I was doing, I was talking with a lot of people online, back and forth, looking at pictures like that, and there were some people who took some videos here and there.
Snippets.
There was also where a holder said, when she was on IG, that they wouldn't let people through Facebook or IG Live, and people got caught when they got kicked out. And some people said that sometimes some um, promoters wouldn't want to pay for a live stream, but if it's like Tim Gardner, even though Tim Gardner didn't pay for live stream for the Puerto Rico, But this is Linda's show. Linda's gonna have a live stream. I know she's gonna have a live stream for this show.
Yeah, yeah, and I don't really see why they wouldn't have a live stream, but maybe that's how they want to get you to get the tickets. I don't know, but yeah, there should definitely be a live stream for this show. I definitely want to see it because every time I look it up, I keep getting all these scam websites saying, "Okay, this is the show. Here's the Omaha show. We got the live stream right here, and it's another fishing website." So once again, I'm going to tell you again, I didn't fall for the phishing website because I have software that will protect me, and I know these sites already. But there's some people out there that don't, and you have to be very careful. So you have to watch these websites
Yeah.
definitely, and make sure it's verified that this is the live stream.
Yeah. Also check. Go to IG, and if you know Linda Murray or you know somebody knows Linda, ask her to see if she's going to do a live stream for the show. Also check with Winter Strength. They're probably because she works with Winter Strength. Winter Strength would probably do a live stream for the show because this is one of her bigger shows. She has two shows, which I think she's supposed to have three. She's supposed to have the show in Savannah, the Norfolk, and I think one point she's supposed to have a show in Detroit. I don't know what happened with that one. Because
Could
she's
be
from Michigan, huh?
maybe postponed. Maybe it's postponed until maybe next year, or maybe they're I don't know. Maybe they're working on it or something.
Yeah, I know. At one point, I remember she was talking about she wanted at least three shows with her name on it. And I know most definitely the Norfolk they canceled it last year because of the Virginia. It's based on the states, each state. Virginia didn't because they were still, as you know, Virginia and North Carolina, a couple other states have more intelligent, progressive governors who are Democrats, while states like Texas and Florida and Arizona have stupid airhead GOP um, uh, 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 um, um, governors who try to now want to rig the election now for next uh, president election and any election after that because they're fiercely lost. But streaming is good because the fact is, so people can't afford to go to these shows for the expense of travel, hotel,
Yeah,
eating, and you can drive your own car, but you'll be wear and tear in your own car. If I ever do something
yeah,
like that, I will take a train, get a go ahead and try to get maybe get reservations months in advance. But once I
yeah,
know when they're having the show, get it months in advance and do a Uber. You know,
yeah,
do an Uber when you want to get here and there. I would never want to like if it's like I used to watch a show called Parking Wars. These big cities, you don't need a car. You
yeah,
don't need a hostile hassle because parking a car in these big cities. I would take an Uber, a taxi, a bus, something like that. But I wouldn't want to drive around these big cities the way people drive are crazy.
yeah. And you don't really need to. I mean, honestly, like big cities, you don't really need to drive around in. I mean, they're not like these big countrysides or
Yeah,
like I mean, cars are for like long distance driving roads, like rural areas, like big country road driving. Cities is more for like should be for like trains or buses or Ubers or
yeah,
whatever 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 can transport you there quicker. Not
yeah.
really so much.
Yeah, I live the
That kind
country, and just recently,
Yeah,
my older sister Betty, she's always been like my second mother because when I was younger, my parents used to work the fields and stuff, and she had to watch me and the younger kids. She treated me like her own baby. For a long time, people thought she was my mother, but she wasn't my mother. They thought my mother, my grandmother, my sister was my mother. She let me have her old car. She's got herself a new car, a Nissan SUV 2015, and she had let me have her old car. I just got paid insurance. It's paid for. I used to drive every time when I have to do errands stuff like that. I was doing ride share with certain companies like that, but now I don't have to thumb a ride or ask for a ride. I can get in my car and go.
nice, nice.
Yes, great. So if we have anything else to say, we have anybody to talk about. Anything to share? It's just we just want to chop it a little bit longer, or we're done.
I think we covered everything we needed to cover. Nothing really. Nothing really else really there left to do.
Yeah.
I
One
think.
thing we hadn't heard about lately is the FIBO, which is kind of like the All Stars game for All Star event for bodybuilding. I think because it's been doing for so many years overseas, I think it's still going to be canceled because of the fact of the virus is going on. We're hoping maybe by next year, the FIBO be stuff back up again once the virus
Yeah.
is settled, everybody gets vaccinated, and the virus runs its course. You gotta let it run its course. It's like anything. It's like it's like a fire. Sometimes some fires gotta let it run its course. There's nothing much you can do.
Yeah. I mean, my God, like smallpox killed like 100,000 people in the 20th century alone. But we managed to vaccinate it to the point where by the 1970s, I think it was pretty much been wiped out. So these things can be solved eventually.
Yeah, yeah. You gotta give it time.
Just, you know, that willpower and other things. But yeah,
And but also you gotta be safe. You gotta be smart. You gotta take precautions. I know you don't like wearing masks, but sometimes you gotta wear them for safety. Don't listen to stupid
yeah,
people. Don't know any better. You don't feel like you want to take a shot. Don't take a shot. But just be cautious when you go out there. Understand this
yeah,
thing. Even though hey, let's talk about another variant, but just be cautious. Be smart. Sometimes you just be take precautions. All right, take safety.
yeah.
So anyway, I like to thank my man Jared. He drops a lot of knowledge. He keeps me up on what's going on. I like to thank all the people that came by, especially my dear lady Sheila E. The Quiet Storm. We know each other from our man, the underrated darkness, the number one grinder. I hope she learned something today about a little bit about bodybuilding. I hope she comes by again for another live streams. Like I said, next week is going to be the Norfolk Pro. Once I get the information who's going to be at that show, I'm going to do a video about it, and then we'll do a live stream about that show. And then also we have the Tampa in 2023 in 2 weeks. We're going to be busy with some shows. And then next
Yeah.
month after that, we're going to have the fourth is the Savannah Pro. So and then I think after that we have the Rising Phoenix.
We got some shows coming up.
Yeah, we have a show coming up.
Keep us busy.
Also, yeah, and also this was something I got this. I had gotten a response. I did a video for Helen Trevino's birthday was last week, and she responded and she thanked me, and it was a great thing to get something from her. Helen Trevino, I'm a fan of Helen Trevino. I think she's a great physique. She's a great legend. It's great for her to respond to my videos. I really love it. She's a great person.
Yep, perfect.
Yeah. So anyway, I'd like to thank y'all for coming by. Like, share this the video. I mean, reach out to everybody. Educate people about the sport of bodybuilding. It's more than just about sport about muscle. There's a lot of women who do this. A lot of people do this for a passion. This is truly a sport about passion. Anyway, this is me on the George Page, aka the Emperor of Female Bodybuilding Talk, with my man Jared, the knowledge bringer.
Yes, historian. Yes, thank you, everybody.
All right, I want you to like, subscribe, don't like, and don't subscribe. We're out.